One of these t-shirts you're looking at cost $5, while another cost almost $500. Can you tell the difference? Yeah, me either. Which really made me want to know, does price really have anything to do with quality? So I decided to find out, starting with the most classic of wardrobe staples, the plain white t-shirt. In this video, I'm going to be testing 8 of the most popular brands at all different price points, from $5 to $25, $50, all the way up to $500. And to make it easy, I'm going to be rating them based on 5 key criteria: fit, price, size range, sheerness, and shrinkage. Because it's one thing to review a tee that's brand new off the hanger, but it's entirely another to see how their shape and structure hold up after being washed and worn a few times. To me, this is where things are really gonna get spicy, and let me tell you, a lot of these brands surprise me. So let's find out who makes the best plain white t-shirt and what's actually worth your money. Starting with the $5 t-shirt. I got this off of Amazon. I'm sorry. And I ordered this t-shirt because, you know what, a lot of people don't want to spend more than $5 on a t-shirt because you're just inevitably going to get spaghetti sauce on them or like pit stains. I get it. This is the Hanes Women's Perfect Tee. I got this for $8 Canadian, $6 USD, so as close to $5 as inflation would let me. This is the highest rated t-shirt on Amazon with 47,000 reviews. And interestingly enough, the main review issue was that it shrinks. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to hold up in the wash. For size range, it goes from size small to 5XL, so fairly inclusive, points for that. It says it's made with 100% US grown cotton. The t-shirt has a bit of a rough texture to it. It's not super duper soft, and the cotton is kind of already starting to pill, so I'm curious to see what this looks like on. Next is the Uniqlo U cotton t-shirt. This t-shirt is arguably the most popular t-shirt out there right now. And you know what, on first impressions of feel, I can kind of see why. It's much thicker, it's a lot more heavyweight. The collar seems a lot tighter. There's no rippling or waving around the bottom. It's made of 100% cotton. There's no mention of organic cotton though on the website. And in terms of color, I'd say it's a pretty stark white. For sizing on Uniqlo, I'd say it's fairly typical for most brands. It goes from a double extra small to double extra large. But I will say, since this tee fits slightly on the slimmer side, you might even want to size up if you want that more oversized, relaxed fit. Which, when it comes to size accessibility, I think that can be limiting there. Next, we've got Everlane. This is the organic cotton box cut tee in a size small. You can get this t-shirt with pockets and without pockets. I decided to get no pockets. The stitching is nice and neat. It doesn't look as tight as the Uniqlo one, I'm gonna admit, and it does off the bat look a little bit more sheer. It says it's made of 100% organic cotton, made in Vietnam. The size ranges go from double extra small to triple XL, and they say it fits true to size on their website. On its own, I'd say this t-shirt is a bit more mid-range expensive. It's around $40 Canadian, but you can buy a 3-pack, which makes it cheaper. And that might be a good idea because with a white tee, you may want multiples. Next, let's do costs. Not to be biased, but I own multiples in this t-shirt. A fresh one, I don't know, you just can't go wrong. It's really soft. It's quite thick and heavy duty. When you pull it, it bounces back. Some facts about it is that it's made of 100% organic cotton. And something I thought was really interesting that I didn't see on any other website when I was doing my research is that COS has a care guide to show you exactly how to wash and take care of your t-shirt, which I thought was cool because if you're spending that amount of money on a t-shirt, you want to make it last. Next, we've got a brand that all the girlies seem to love, and that is Cezanne. This is the Conrad t-shirt. It's made of 100% GOTS certified organic cotton. This t-shirt feels much thinner. It actually kind of feels a little close in hand feel to the Hanes t-shirt. Yeah, that's an interesting first impression. We'll see. This is another brand that I'm really excited to try. This is the Universal Standard Signature Rex tee. Their size inclusivity is insanely good, where they range from quadruple XS to 4XL, basically from a size 00 to a size 40, giving a grand total of 22 sizes to choose from. That's unheard of. I didn't see that anywhere else, which I think is reflected in the price point because this t-shirt came in around 75 Canadian or $50 US. Some other things to know is this t-shirt is not 100% cotton, so it's a blend of 48% Peruvian cotton, 48% modal, and 4% elastane. So it's going to be a little stretchy and wrinkle resistant. It's described as fitting true to size once you find your actual size. And I'm a little concerned about the collar. It looks a little wider than I typically like. So I'm really curious to try this one on though. This one here is from a brand called The Label. This is their Margot tee. It's an 100% cotton tee made in Los Angeles. It goes from a size extra small to extra large. First impressions, it's soft, but not like crazy soft. It's got that rough sort of natural organic cotton feel to it. The collar is bouncing back when I pull on it. The stitching is really clean and neat. This is a true white. And you know what? Since I'm a glutton for punishment, I wanted to go for the final boss of quiet luxury, and that is the Row. This t-shirt is $350 US, pushing 500 Canadian. I nearly passed out buying this t-shirt. So what exactly are you paying for here? First impression, it's a nice t-shirt. It's a bit sheer. It's very soft. It's got that cool vintage feel, but I can't tell a difference between some of the other t-shirts that I've held here on first impression. It's made of 100% cotton jersey, and it says it's made in the USA, which could imply that it is a bit more expensive to make versus overseas. Like, it doesn't say where the cotton's from or specify that it's Pima cotton, organic cotton. It just says cotton jersey. And the size range online is kind of meh. It's size extra small to extra large. The stitching on this one is much nicer than on a lot of the other t-shirts. There is this detail of the back stitch all the way down, but does this feel like a $500 t-shirt? Debatable. And I'm also really afraid to wash this. So we've unboxed the tees, we've got first impressions. I'm gonna steam these and let's try them on. I really gotta do my best to not get bronzer on any of these. So this is the Hanes t-shirt. This is the $5 t-shirt. You know what? I actually really like this t-shirt. If you want something easy and casual that you can wear every day, I think this tee is a great deal. This feels fine on. It's a little bit rough, not papery. And I do like that this has enough length that you can easily tuck it in. It is a little bit sheer though. I don't think this is gonna pass the black bra test. Next is this t-shirt from Uniqlo. This is a size small and it does feel a little bit snug. It feels snug around my arms and it's a little bit tight around my armpits. I love how high this collar is. This collar feels so heavy duty and luxurious. This is great. This t-shirt is also quite thick. I'm wearing a black bra right now and I feel like you almost can't even tell. If you like a t-shirt that's a bit more heavyweight and has the ability to easily dress up and dress down, I think this t-shirt is great. It's a great price. It's just a little bit slim for my taste. I think this is actually a bit too small. I would need to size up to a medium. Oh no, I got bronzer on it. Next up, we've got Everlane. This tee is on the boxy and more cropped side, which I really like. It feels relaxed and casual. I don't think this t-shirt is as tuckable. It's more on the sheer side, so it failed the bra test. But in terms of fit and feel, I really like this t-shirt. Okay, I may be biased, but I love this t-shirt. This is the Clean Cut Crew from COS. I have multiples of this t-shirt, so I kind of knew what I was in for when I went to go try this on. And the reason I like this one is because it's so structured but still casual. It just adds a little more sense of polish to your outfit. I love where the sleeve hits. It doesn't feel too tight, and it has that really nice, elegant, high collar. It is cropped, so if you like to tuck in your t-shirts, it does lose points there, and it very easily passes the black bra test. All right, here we have Cezanne. This one to me is almost a longer version of the Everlane one, and it kind of also reminds me of the Hanes t-shirt a little bit. I like the boxy silhouette here. It's definitely longer than the Everlane one, so you can easily tuck it in. And this is the Cezanne tee with a black bra. Definitely too sheer for that. The sleeves, I am not a huge fan of though. They do feel a little bit tight. So if you have bigger biceps, yeah, I think it's just a good chill everyday t-shirt. I'd say definitely more on the casual side though. This t-shirt I was really excited to try. I'm really loving what this brand is all about. This is the Universal Standard tee. You know what? I feel like it's a true to size t-shirt. The only thing I find is, again, the sleeves are very, very slim. I really don't like my t-shirt sleeves to be kind of like touching my skin. I just want it to feel really relaxed and laid back. Although I do like where it hits on the arm. The other thing about this tee, which I think you'll like if you enjoy tucking in your t-shirts, is it's quite long and it has the more curved cut at the bottom, so it just gives a bit more length. This is quite a wide neckline, so it almost feels like a boat neck to me, which is just a neckline that I never really reach for. And in terms of sheerness, it is more on the sheer side, so it did not pass the black bra test. Plus side of this tee is that it's very, very soft. It's probably like your perfect lounge tee. So in terms of fit, this one really isn't my favorite. This is another contender for my perfect t-shirt. This is the Margot tee from The Label. I love where it hits. I love the boxy silhouette of it. The sleeve is not too tight, not too long. I think it lands in a really flattering place. The collar is not ribbed, so if you don't want a ribbed collar, but one that still feels pretty heavy duty, feels like it will hold up, then I think you'll like that. It's not quite as heavyweight as Cost or Uniqlo, it's kind of somewhere in between, but I still don't think it passes the black bra test. Like, I liked the $5 Hanes tee, but I'm feeling good in the $100 tee, not gonna lie. Do I look like an Olsen twin? You know what? I'm really sorry to say, I'm kind of disappointed in this t-shirt. Oh no. Pros, it is extremely soft. It feels just as soft as the Universal Standard tee, which I'll remind you is a cotton blend. This one is 100% cotton. So this almost feels silky on my body. I haven't quite felt an 100% cotton t-shirt quite like this. That feels nice, that's luxurious. The construction is great, this feels high quality, but the other thing is too, is this t-shirt is extremely sheer. 100% will not pass the black bra test. It barely passes the nude bra test. It's almost so sheer that it's like, it's got this kind of like heathered almost look to it. So I think leaning into that more distressed, almost vintage type of t-shirt style. Like, I can see my skin through this tee, which I don't love that. That's not necessarily what I'm going for these days. And like, the thing that almost worries me about this t-shirt is that it's so thin that I don't think it's actually going to hold up well over time. But yeah, I'm gonna wash this tee, so it's mine now. Quiet luxury, eh. All right, here comes the true test. Washing. Hold on to your butts. All right, so here is everybody. They all held up, they're all okay, nobody was destroyed, so we'll see what they fit like tomorrow. One thing I'm finding very interesting as I'm steaming these after washing them is how wrinkly or not wrinkly and how warped some of these collars are. Look at this Cezanne collar. This is before I'm steaming it. It has lost so much of its shape. I'm really curious to see what this is gonna look like on after washing. This to me is a little bit of a red flag. Okay, so after a wash cycle and air dry, aka the most gentle washing option possible, some of these tees really surprised me. After steaming the t-shirts and remeasuring them, the ones that shrunk the most were Everlane, Uniqlo, and Hanes. Cos and Cezanne had no measurable change, while Universal Standard stayed more or less the same. And surprisingly, the Row and Lisette expanded in size, which I think probably had something to do with either how it was spun in the washing machine or dried. So now for the final verdict. After testing these t-shirts on fit, price, size range, shrinkage, and opacity, my top 4 t-shirts in order are Uniqlo at number 1, Cos, Everlane, and surprisingly, Hanes. I think all of these t-shirts had their different strengths and weaknesses, but I was particularly impressed by their fit, opacity, and how they held up in the wash. Not to mention that all of these t-shirts are available for under $50, so I think you're gonna get a really good product for your money. Although, to be honest, I don't see the Hanes t-shirt lasting nearly as long or holding up nearly as well as the other ones will, because there were some red flags to me after pulling it out of the wash. Although I was able to steam it and bring it back, I think after time, you're really gonna get what you pay for $5. Which leaves my bottom 4, which I'm gonna rank as Lisette, Universal Standard, The Row, and my worst, Cezanne. Sorry. The Lisette tee I really liked a lot. I love the fit, the style, and overall it really did hold up in the wash. But for $100, I'm really not sure it beats out Cos, Everlane, or Uniqlo. Universal Standard, I also wanted to give more points because of its excellent size range. It just blew every other brand out of the water when it came to this. But overall, I just really didn't like the fit of it, and I didn't like how unstructured it was. And the Row, well, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of pissed. After one wash, the collar started to get really fussy and it kept folding inward on me, so I would consider that as losing its shape. So while I do agree that you are paying for some quality points, like construction and that luxurious silky feel of the cotton, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's 100 times better than the $5 Hanes t-shirt. But I still think it was slightly better than the Cezanne tee overall. According to my measurements, the t-shirt did stay the same size after washing, but I was really nervous about it when I pulled it out of the wash, and honestly, I wish that I measured the collar width and length because it came out a mess. It felt really stretched out, it was really warped and wrinkly, the bottom of the t-shirt was waving and wobbling. I've had t-shirts like this before and they didn't last after a couple of washes, and I don't have confidence in this t-shirt either. It was also quite sheer, and as for fit, it wasn't my favorite, so that's why I'm ranking it last. So how much does price really affect quality? Well, I'm gonna say that at $5, you probably are getting what you pay for, but at closing in on $500, you're not getting nearly enough. I think once you pass the $50 range, that's when you start to get some diminishing returns. So what was your favorite t-shirt out of all of these? And let me know how much you're willing to pay for a good t-shirt. If you got some value in this video, I would so appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up to let YouTube know. Check out this video next if you want more, and I'll see you next Sunday. Thanks for watching. Bye.